Ever feel like that AI wave is going to like crash right over you?
Yeah.
You know, like you're excited about the possibilities, but not sure how to even like dip your toes in.
Oh, absolutely. I think a lot of people are feeling that way right now. It's that classic excited but overwhelmed feeling.
Totally. And that's what we are tackling in this deep dive. We're looking at this super insightful article from Taiwan's Economic Daily News.
And it's all about navigating AI anxiety,
Yeah,
right?
you got it. And get this, the insights are coming from Emily Hong, who's a pretty big deal in the tech world.
Wait, Emily Hong, like the VP at Wistron?
The one and only.
Hmm.
Which is huge because we're talking about a company that's literally building the hardware that powers AI. So when she talks about needing a software focus...
We should probably pay attention, right?
Exactly. It's like, yeah, you can have a super powerful engine, but if you don't know how to drive...
It's not going to get you very far. Love that analogy.
Right. And she lays out these 3 steps businesses can take to kind of move past the anxiety and actually start making things happen with AI.
I am ready. Hit me with step 1.
Okay, so step 1 is find your AI test areas. And I thought this was interesting because she's not saying you have to overhaul your entire operation right off the bat. She's talking about starting with departments that might not seem like the most high-tech at first glance.
Okay, like what? Give me an example.
She specifically mentions finance, HR, even factory testing as good places to start experimenting with AI. What do you think?
Oh, I see where she's going with this. Those departments are usually drowning in data, right? And they're often doing a lot of repetitive tasks that AI could handle.
Totally. And if you think about it, analyzing financial reports, sorting resumes, running quality control checks, AI could potentially do all of that way faster and more accurately.
It's like having a tireless assistant who lives for spreadsheets and never misses a detail.
Exactly. And she actually backs this up with a real-world example from Wistron.
Oh, yeah. Tell me more.
Her finance team, get this, they started using AI to automate their financial reporting.
No way.
But-
Did they hire a whole team of coders for that?
Nope. They actually taught themselves Python and built the system in-house.
Wow. Okay, that is seriously impressive. But also kind of inspiring, right? You don't need to be some tech genius or have a massive budget to start seeing benefits from AI.
Totally. And that actually leads perfectly into Hong's second point, which is all about building what she calls an AI-positive company culture. And this is bigger than just buying some fancy software and hoping for the best.
Right. It's got to be more holistic than that.
Exactly. Like, leadership needs to actually walk the walk and invest in things like training and support to help employees get on board.
And address those fears that people have. Because change can be scary, even when it's positive change.
So true. Because you can have the best AI tools in the world, but if your team is terrified to touch them...
It's like having that sports car parked in your garage just collecting dust. What a waste.
100%. And I love that she actually says, and I'm paraphrasing here, that the worst case scenario is when the CEO is all gung-ho about AI, but nobody else is on board.
It's got to be a team effort. Leadership buys in, the tech folks feel empowered, everybody wins.
Okay, so we've covered finding those test areas for AI and then creating a culture that actually embraces it. What's her third piece of advice?
Okay, so for her third point, she's all about encouraging bottom-up innovation. She's a huge fan of things like hackathons and just generally creating a space where employees at all levels feel like they can contribute AI ideas.
Oh, I love that, because often the best ideas come from the people who are actually doing the work day in and day out.
Exactly. They're the ones on the front lines, so to speak. And they're the ones who really understand the pain points and where AI solutions could make the biggest difference.
So how did that actually play out at Wistron? Does she give any concrete examples? Yeah, so the article talks about how their engineers have been using AI for a ton of different things. We're talking streamlining software development, optimizing their factory operations, all sorts of cool stuff.
Wait, so they are not just using AI in the company, they're using it to literally build the company.
Exactly. And I think that gets to something really crucial here.
Because we hear so much about AI replacing human workers, and that just feeds into that whole AI anxiety spiral.
Right. But what Wistron is doing is showing that it doesn't have to be about replacement. It can be about augmentation. It's about humans and AI working together, each playing to their strengths.
Exactly, like a true power couple. And I think that brings us to the real heart of conquering AI anxiety. It's not about pretending AI isn't happening. It's about approaching it with curiosity and a willingness to adapt, you know?
Okay, so be curious, be willing to adapt. But how do we actually do that? Where do we even start?
Well, remember how Emily Hong's finance team learned Python to build their AI system?
Yeah, that was pretty impressive.
Right, and it's a perfect example of what individuals can do.
Learn to code. Not all of us are cut out to be programmers.
You're right, not everyone needs to be a coding whiz, but we can all work on becoming more AI literate.
So understanding the basics of how AI works, what it can do, and what it means for us.
Exactly. And the great thing is, there are so many resources available to help us do that. Online courses, articles, podcasts.
Even this podcast.
See? You're already one step ahead. But really, it's about taking those small steps to demystify AI.
Make it less of this big, scary unknown.
Exactly. And the more you learn, the more you realize that AI is just a tool. A powerful tool, yes, but still a tool.
And like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad, which is why it's so important to be having these conversations about AI ethics.
100%. We need to talk about bias in AI, about its potential impact on society, all of it.
Because this isn't just about robots taking our jobs. This is about rethinking how we live, how we work, even what it means to be human in a world that's increasingly automated.
Wow, that's deep. But you're right, this technology has the potential to be truly transformative, and it's up to us to shape that transformation.
So we're not just along for the ride. We actually have a say in how this all plays out.
That's the spirit, and that brings us back to Emily Hong's insights, right?
Yeah, about not just being a spectator.
Exactly. So to our listener out there who's feeling that AI anxiety creeping in,
Take a deep breath.
yeah,
We're all in this together.
embrace the unknown, be bold, experiment. Who knows what you might discover? If AI is this, like, I don't know, uncharted island or something, are we cool just hanging out on the beach while everybody else explored?
Or are we going to grab a machete and, like,
Oh,
I don't know, hack our own path through the jungle? Because I kind of feel like
yeah, it's not really a choice, is it? Like, if we just sit this one out, we all know what happens.
we end up stuck at the back of the line. Or worse, somebody else decides what the future of AI looks like, and we don't get a say.
Right. And the exciting thing is, we can decide what we want that role to be. We can choose how we want to shape this whole AI thing.
Okay, so for anybody out there listening who's maybe feeling a little bit of that AI anxiety creeping in,
First of all, you are not alone.
seriously,
Yeah.
we are all figuring this out as we go.
Be brave, ask questions, try stuff out, make some mistakes. Who knows?
Maybe you'll end up leading the pack. And that is a wrap on this deep dive into conquering AI anxiety.
We had some laughs.
Some serious aha moments.
Well, most importantly, you're walking away with some real strategies to navigate the AI revolution.
Until next time, stay curious.